Welcome everyone. My name is John Heavey. I'm an old friend of both Doireann and Cathal. This is my first time celebrating a wedding, so here's hoping it works out okay. But they do seem fairly committed to each other, so I'm pretty confident. We have a beautiful ceremony lined up for us today. Before we begin proceedings, Cathal and Doireann have asked for what we call an unplugged ceremony. So I believe that's all the housekeeping taken care of, so let's get this show on the road. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we hear from Doireann's cousin Derry May on the piano, please be upstanding for the arrival of the bridal party. So welcome again, everyone, and a very special welcome to Doireann, Oren, Aoife and Sinead. On behalf of Doireann and Cathal, Doireann's parents, Fionnuala and Fergal, Cathal's parents, Bríd and Jarlath, I'd like to thank you all for being here to be part of this special occasion, to witness and celebrate Doireann and Cathal's marriage. I know it means so much to Doireann and Cathal to be able to share this wonderful day with you, their dearest family and friends. In the days and years ahead, you will be the people they will share their married life with. The ones who will celebrate their happiest news and the ones who will console them during life's toughest moments. So thank you again for all being here today. Thanks also to the musicians throughout the ceremony today, and also thanks to Jerry Gannan for helping us with the amplifiers and all the music. It can only improve from here, Jerry. Last Halloween, when Doireann and Cathal asked me to stand up here today, I was so touched and honoured. We were standing around a bonfire in our good friend Biddy's garden in Glenamady. If you looked out the window in the garden at that moment, you would have seen me dressed as a leprechaun, Cathal dressed as the Riddler from Batman, and Doireann was dressed as an angel. We were all hugging and crying with joy. It brings me, and no doubt everyone else here, such joy to see just how happy two people can be together. I think we can all agree they make a great team. The couple met through friends, and their relationship has nurtured and has grown into a loving partnership to the point where they are committed to marrying each other. Today is a celebration of that partnership, a celebration of love, of commitment, and of two people who are in it for the long run. You don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage, and when you think about it, the whole thing's kind of strange, isn't it? You're up here looking fancy, holding flowers, and being stared at by pretty much anyone who has ever meant anything to you. However, the marriage ceremony is an important feature across every culture, religion, generation, and society around the world. And we have many important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as so critical that we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with our friends and family. So why this moment? I think it's because despite our differences, love is all we share. Cathal told me, it's important to celebrate love as a people. It is a social glue which binds families and friendships together. Cathal said we wanted to celebrate our love with all the people we love and are loved by. Despite the ceremony today, in some days, tomorrow is going to see no different than yesterday. After all, Cathal and Doireann have been together for over 9 years. From speaking to them, marriage is about support, laughter, encouragement, friendship, love, and family. It's never being too old to hold hands. It's remembering to say I love you. It's never going to sleep angry. It's at no time taking the other person for granted. It's a celebration of their love and the life they wish to build together, and also to take the time today to celebrate before they embark on the next stage of their lives. We'll now have a song from Doireann's siblings, Oren and Conal, followed by the first reading by Cahill's brother, Micheál.
Blue sky smiling at me, nothing but blue skies, all I see. Blue birds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly by. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies, all I see. Blue birds singing a song, nothing but blue skies from now on. The blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on.
When our day comes, there will be a morning of sun and people we love. There will be rings and kisses, tears and dancing and song. There will be a house to live in with a heart and a mantelpiece, and a forest of frames that will fill with children and grandchildren. There will be shouting and singing, sulking and laughing, dust dancing in sunlight, ridiculous fights, bin nights. There will be washing of windows and cars and ears, stations and confessions, copybooks and plasters. There will be bills and banks and blisters, a lifetime of receipts. There will be rainy summers, plastic Santas. There will be funerals and christenings and weddings, drill bits, winks, drinks, block sinks. There will be broken brollies and flat tires, exams, roses, dogs and cats to dose and to walk, generations of goldfish. There will be one to wash dishes and one to dry, alarm clocks, sunburn, languages learned. There will be chips eaten behind the steering wheel, sunshine, picnics, hay save, copies corrected. There will be slippers and cardigans, long chats, bottles of wine, strokes, votes, pilgrimages, hospital visiting hours. There will be lotto tickets torn and binned, again and again and again. Music, rolled eyes, angry sighs, joyful cries. There will be splinters to be tweezed from thumbs, sunsets, turf fires, homework, nappies. There will be candlelit kisses, glasses, arthritis and cataracts, birth certs, marriage certs, death certs, lost opportunities, lost keys. There'll be years and years and years, and it all begins here.
It's lovely. How you doing, guys? Oh, good. You pull it together. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others are long, some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. I'd like to now take a few minutes to recap on Doireann Cathal's story. Some will know a little, some will know a lot, but it's a lovely story to tell. It's okay, Doireann. In preparing for this reflection, I took time to ask the couple the same set of questions, and it really was remarkable how much their answers overlapped and complemented each other, and it really reinforced to me of how great a match that they are. Before I begin the story, let's get to know the main characters a bit better. Both Doireann and Cathal come from loving families. Both sets of parents, Fionnuala and Fergal, Bríd and Jarlath, made Doireann and Cathal into the amazing people they are today. With little help from Oran and Conal, Doireann's younger siblings, and Micheál, Cathal's older brother, they really are a credit to their families. Doireann's closest friends describe her as a caring, incredible friend, and someone you can rely on to be there for you. Cathal's closest friends describe him also as caring, reliable, and loyal. Doireann loves a party, and an after party. Cathal's full of beans, wild and vivacious. Doireann is cultured and a great camper. Cathal is a teacher, a preacher, and a deep-thinking creature. They're both dedicated to their work and devoted to their students. Doireann loves a secret, but is trustworthy and gives the best advice. Cathal too. Cathal is resourceful. Doireann is organised. So much so that she once organised a holiday for her friends that she didn't even go on. Cathal's optimistic and Doireann is positive. They're both cheery and fun to be around. And finally, both are a friend on whom you can depend, and that's all that matters in the end. Cathal and Doireann met before the times of Tinder, Bumble, and other dating apps. Cathal tells me that he has me partially to thank for how they first met. Apparently, I dragged him away for a night out with the Bish lads in Galway's Oris na Gael pub to meet up with some buddies that were visiting me from Dublin in an electric nightclub. Cathal says that Aoife, one of Doireann's bridesmaids today, was also a catalyst for the romance, as she was the go-between him and Doireann on the night in question, the 30th of March 2013. The next morning, Cathal rang me to inquire about Doireann's character. And of course, having been friendly with Doireann all throughout my college years, I assured him that she is of adequate stock. I didn't know then, maybe Cathal did, but my friend had just met his future wife. The following day, they went on their first date. Over 8 years later, on a sunny afternoon on the 23rd of July, 2021, while on a walk in the burn, Cathal got a wobbly knee, which brings us here today. Cathal joked early in the relationship that he was going to marry Doireann, who would shrug it off as a throwaway comment of a young lad in love. When I asked when they thought they had found their partner for marriage, both told me that it was in Vietnam, where Doireann and Cathal spent a year teaching. Despite their very busy and stressful jobs, they flourished as a couple during this adventure. Cathal, in his own words, was exceedingly happy at the time, and Doireann said she loved coming home to Cathal, and no matter what happened, they had each other. Doireann and Cathal share similar values when it comes to their relationship. They both value their own space, time, and friendships separately, but also love quality time together and being there for each other when they need to be. Doireann listed friendship as being one of the most important aspects of their relationship. She emphasised how they are good friends and have amazing friends around them too. Similarly, Cathal spoke of the importance of this friendship, naming Doireann as his best friend. They know each other better than anyone else, sometimes even better than they know themselves. They know what the other person needs and when they need it. A hug, reassurance, someone to tell them they're being an idiot, someone to share the love when it's a bit too much. Knowing is what Cathal called it. Doireann just knows, he said. When I asked the three things each loved about the other person, Doireann said his sense of humour, his work ethic, how caring he is, and that he would do anything to help anyone. Cathal said he loves her love of people, and they both love spending time together in other people's company. He loves how Doireann is the only person in the world who has his concerns at her centre. He says Doireann lives his experiences as he lives them. This allows her to share a love that only a partner can. And finally, Cathal also loves how caring she is. She is selfless. She worries about everyone else's problems more than they do themselves. Nowadays, Cathal and Doireann feel closest either at home, cooking and chatting with some music on in the background, or down in the Crane Bar in Galway with a packet of cards and a few pints of Guinness. As they look to the future, Doireann and Cathal want a simple life, a happy, fulfilled life of laughter, travel and success in their work. They hope to start a family and live a healthy life, but understand that these are not guarantees. I think Cathal summed it up well when he said, "There's only one certainty in my life, and that is that myself and Doireann will be together until the end." That was a nice line, Cathal. Cathal, Doireann, one of your biggest adventures so far has been Vietnam. But marriage is perhaps the greatest and most challenging adventure of all human relationships. It takes trust to know in your heart that you want only the best for each other. It takes dedication to stay open to one another, to learn and to grow even when it's difficult to do so. And it takes faith to go forward without knowing what the future holds for you both. There's no doubt it'll be a journey of surprises, joys, and miracles. Above all, remember your love for each other will prevail. As we listen to Kez sing our next song, whatever your belief system, let's all take a few moments to share our silent wishes for Doireann and Cathal and for a long and healthy life together. So now we'll have a song from Kez, followed by the second reading from Doireann's brother Conal.
Try follow that now. Chapter 1 of 1000 by O.J. Preston. For two people, this dawn brought on a magical day. Now husband and wife, they head on their way. As a boat setting sail may their journey begin, with calmest of waters, most helpful of wind. And if they should stumble upon turbulent sea, may it pass them unharming, leave them be. For here are two people whom love has well bitten. Here opens their book, which has yet to be written. As the first page unfolds, and their life inks its path, may it write a true story where forever love lasts. Let their journey be happy, till death do they part. Of 1000 chapters, may this be the start. Thank you.
So I now invite Sharon, Owen, Sinead, Darren, Amy and Eamon to share the prayers with us, followed by a song, the Maha Mora by Sinead on the harp.
We pray for Doireann Cathal as they begin their married life together. May their home be full of joy, laughter and good health, and may they always find happiness in each other.
We remember the smiles and laughter of those who have gone before us, who would have loved to share in the joy and happiness of this day. We are thankful for the many happy memories they have left with us.
We are blessed today to be gathered together for a happy occasion. Let us give thanks for our own blessings, for the gifts of life and health which we so often take for granted.
By this marriage, two families have been united. May both families continue to be a source of love, support and guidance through Cathal and Doireann's lives.
On this happy occasion, let us be mindful of all those who are suffering at this time due to illness, loneliness, injustice, poverty or war.
We give thanks for the gift of friendship. We pray for the friends of Cathal and Doireann who have come from near and far, and for all the help, support and encouragement they've given. May you have peace in your hearts for today, hope in your hearts for tomorrow, and love in your hearts forever.
Beautiful, thanks Sinead. Before they exchange vows, Cathal and Doireann are including the Celtic ritual of hand fasting in their wedding ceremony. Hand fasting is a tradition where hands are tied together to symbolise the binding of two lives, and it's where the phrase tying the knot originates. The tradition includes the concept of soul love. The old term for this is anam cara, anam meaning soul and cara meaning friend. And hand fasting is an expression of such love. It's a powerful declaration where Doireann and Cathal clearly state they are marrying of their own free will. So Doireann and Cathal, I'll invite you to stand up and face each other and hold hands, and I'll now call on Doireann's godmother Trina and Cathal's godmother Bernie to lead us in this part of the ceremony while I tie each ribbon on the joined hands.
That good, John? There's that. These are the hands of your best friend, full of love for you, that are holding you on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside you, and together you will build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other.
These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children and your grandchildren. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family as one. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled in age will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Throughout the history, the hands of the bride and the groom were bound as a sign of their commitment to one another. Doireann and Cathal, just as your hands are bound together now, your lives are joined in a union of love and trust. Yeah. So I now have another song from Doireann's father and Peter. So next, Doireann and Cathal will read to each other their personal wedding vows.
Cathal, my partner in life. My best friend. My husband, I love you. I love your sense of humour, your sense of adventure, your kind heart, your love for having the crack, your generosity and your enthusiasm for life. I vow to encourage you, to love you, to dream with you and to support you when life feels easy and when it feels hard. I promise to try not to get offended when you won't speak to me for at least 30 minutes after you wake up every morning. I will continue to love you and grow with you and challenge you. I cannot wait for the rest of our adventures together.
I think I have it. Doireann, my best friend, my partner in crime. I promise to love you for who you are and whoever you decide to become. I promise to encourage all your dreams and fantasies and help you achieve all your goals and aspirations. I promise to catch you when you stumble and hold you when you cry, for all your battles are mine and all your triumphs are shared. I promise to agree with you when you're obviously wrong. Say I'm sorry when I'm clearly right. I promise to drive you mental like only a true love can. I promise to be patient and strive to fill your life with joy and laughter. I promise my heart is yours and yours alone. Times will be hard, but I know our love is strong and can stand the test of time. Doireann, I love you and will do so loyally and passionately always. I cannot wait for I cannot wait for you to be my wife and I your husband and for the rest of our lives to begin.
Stay standing up. Maybe step out a little bit.
Before this moment, you've been many things to one another. Friend, dance partner, boyfriend and girlfriend, housemate, and more. Shortly, you'll say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life. After today, you can say to the world, this is my husband and this is my wife. So with that in mind, do you, Cathal, take Doireann to be your wife, to share a relationship of love, tenderness and laughter, to confide in and trust above all others, to respect and stand by her in everything as an equal partner, but above all else, to love and cherish her?
I do.
Do you, Doireann, take Cathal to be your husband, to share a relationship of love, tenderness and laughter, to confide in and trust above all others, to respect and stand by him in everything as an equal partner, but above all else, to love and cherish him?
I do.
Good stuff. Michal, can you bring the rings, please? Yeah, you can stand there. So, Cathal, take this ring, place it on Doireann's finger, and repeat after me. I, Cathal Hanley.
I, Cathal Hanley.
Take you, Doireann Morgan.
Take you, Doireann Morgan.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
And with this ring.
And with this ring.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
You can put it on. Doireann, take this ring and place it on Cathal's finger and repeat after me. I, Doireann Morgan.
I, Doireann Morgan.
Take you, Cathal Hanley.
Take you, Cathal Hanley.
To be my husband.
To be my husband.
And with this ring.
And with this ring.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
I marry you and join my life to yours.
The circle is a symbol of wholeness and peace. In the form of a ring, may it stand for you as a symbol of your love for each other, looking both inwards and outwards, an embrace that binds without imprisoning, a support that reassures without restricting. The wedding bands Doireann and Cathal have exchanged are a confirmation of the vows they've just made. Doireann and Cathal, when you look on these rings in the days and years ahead, you'll recall today's events, the words you spoke, the family and friends gathered here today. You committed yourselves to each other in marriage today by the exchanging of vows and the giving of rings. Therefore, it now gives me great pleasure to pronounce you husband and wife. Cathal, you may kiss the bride. Doireann and Cathal, go forward in your life together with the cheers and the good wishes of all those who love you ringing in your ears. May your home be a place of happiness for yourselves and for your family and friends who enter. May your love for each other continue to grow. May it deepen and increase so that you may be forever as you are now, happily in love and glad to be married to one another. The end. So we'll just have one final song from Fergal and Peter. Peter, sorry. There are two Peters.
Fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, in-laws, outlaws, cousins, friends, colleagues, partners, plus ones. Have I got them all? Yeah. Minus ones, gate crashers, car bashers, Aguina Ushla, you're all very welcome. And isn't it great to be here? We need to take some people out of their agony because they have to say a few words and they won't enjoy their meal unless they get their few words over now. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Fergal Morgan and his good wife, Fionnuala. Sorry, Dr. Fergal Morgan. By the way, I should explain, you all think this wedding is full of Morgans and you think it's full of Hanleys, but there's more to it than that. There's Lanigans and there's McDonough's. So you'll get to know which side you're on when you ask them who they're with. Fergal?
Thank you, Declan. I sound louder than you do. My mum is just coming in. She's here. It is really good for us to be here. Fionnuala's, Doireann's great uncle, Father Pat, used to always say that. And this fella here in the blue coat reminds us about it all the time. It's lovely to see you all here, happy together. Like, when do we do something like this before or since? So I hope you're going to have a great day. Breach and Jarlath and Mihal and Sharon, can I thank you for sharing Cathal with us? He's a good man and we dearly love him. And you must be very proud of him. A lovely man. And I think the joining of the clans is really a good thing. I have a little bit of a story to tell, and that is that Doireann's this is true, great-great-great-great-grandmother was reported by a historian a couple of years ago as a direct descendant of Red Hugh O'Donnell. Red Hugh O'Donnell from Tyrconnell, from Donegal, and well, of the O'Connell clan, maybe not Red himself, but Red was the man that ruled the roost, and he moved his way down the west coast. And he gathered friends and he sorted a few people that were a little bit too English connected. And they fought for 9 years. There was a 9-year war and eventually got beaten at Kinsale, unfortunately. They left the country then. But on the way down, he stopped in Connacht and he sort of razed Connacht to the ground. So it's important I bring all this back out now. And apparently he arrived in Athenry and he burnt Athenry. And that's Cathal's mum's hometown. So, and then he got to the gates of Galway and they refused to let him in. So he apparently burnt the suburbs of Galway. So I sincerely hope that today means that we will be friends and allies and that my Doireann will never be refused entry into any place in Galway. So Cathal Hanley, this man here beside me, he's always been welcome in our house. In fact, he's always made himself welcome in our house. He arrived the first day after he met Doireann and he landed and he came to see Doireann, but he made the time. Oren was in France Fionnuala, myself, Fionnula's mum, and Conal were there. He made the time to find whatever room we were in and to introduce himself. And I was really impressed. He makes people feel special. Gives time to people, and it's a really good trait. So when he left the house, Anna Lanigan, who was 89 at the time, somebody asked her, "What do you think of Cathal?" And she says, "He reminds me of Jim McGuinness." That was the Donegal football manager at the time. And she says, "He's my pin-up boy at the minute." True story. So we live in Moycullen, out in the country. And they're going to move in beside us, we think. So Cathal's serious DIY skills will come into play. So in the 9 years that they've known each other, he's cut my grass once. And I wasn't even there. So for those of you who don't know how to cut grass, and I reckon there's a whole pile of you in here who've never cut grass, you put petrol in the petrol engine, you put petrol in the petrol tank, and it starts and off you go. You do not do what Cathal did, which was fill the oil tank with oil. And there was smoke everywhere. And our great sound man, Jerry Gannon, saved the day, came down and fixed it all up. So Doireann Morgan, our gorgeous, gorgeous daughter, we're so proud of. The engineer and teacher. I'm really proud of that. She's a great organizer. You can see what she's done. You can see what both of them done, but she's tremendous. The small details she gets to work without any fuss at all. So this is a perfect example of all that. So we really have a lot to thank you for, you and Cathal. You're brilliant the way you organise all these things. One example, I suppose I should say, is we were in Scotland. I'm not going on too long, I hope. All right. I drink Blackbush, by the way. We were in Edinburgh, and it was about 5 to 12, and Cathal was about 50 yards away talking to this Scotsman in a kilt playing the bagpipes. And Doireann, Owen and Conal were sharing, Doireann, Owen and Fionnuala were sharing a bottle of wine, just happy out. Myself and Conal were sort of talking shite, as we normally do. And the next thing we hear, 9! Cathal! And by 0 anyway, Doireann had us all in a circle and all the hugs happened. She looks after the wee small things. It's really good. They've great friends, and so many of you are here today, and I always remark that you make so much time for each other. You see each other a lot. You think about each other. You help each other. We can see that all the years you've been together. And I think it's a great reflection on Doireann and Cathal that they have such good friends, and I think it's a great reflection on all of you that you are such good friends. So take a bow for that. It's brilliant. I'm nearly done. Today was brilliant, and I'm getting around every single person. I won't mention names now, but it was just such a lovely ceremony in so many ways. It's, as I say, it's good for us to be here. You're here from Australia, all around the world, the north, south, east and west, but there's one person in front of me here that I have to say a special hello to, and that's my young, gorgeous mother, Angela Doireann. It's so good to have you here today with everybody. It's unbelievable, So it is good that we are here. It is good for us to be here. I hope you have a great day today and tomorrow. I hope Doireann and Cathal, you have a wonderful life together. I know you're madly in love with each other, and I wish you all the best in the future. So my great best friend here, better half, Fionnuala's going to say a couple of words.
I unfortunately have to read it. The first thing I'd like to say is it's great to see everybody here. You're so welcome. And we're having a fantastic day. We will have a fantastic day. We have had a fantastic day. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been clement, but I would like to remind everybody of an old French proverb which goes like this: mariage pluvieux, mariage heureux, which translates as a rainy wedding, a happy marriage. Now, I kind of felt I had to say a few words because I didn't want to give it all over to all the men. But Unlike my articulate and loquacious husband, I am not an orator. So I decided to compose a little poem for Doireann Cathal, a ditty, if you will. Now, as I said, I'm not an orator, neither am I Seamus Heaney, so please bear with me and be kind. So, I haven't got my specs, but I'll do my best, okay? Doireann and Cathal, what can we say? United forever on this auspicious day. Were we astounded when we heard the news? Not in the slightest. We'd read all the cues. Doireann. Now, Doireann is an angel. Organisation's her thing. But she also likes to have the crack. If you're lucky, you may even hear her sing. She is beautiful, she's kind, she looks after us all. And if she has her way today, we'll all have a ball. Yeah. And Cathal is crazy. In the most endearing way. He's thoughtful and busy and full of energy. He's beautiful and kind, enjoys a pint or three. He'll be doing the rounds in 10 Bridge Street to fill your day with glee. They make the best of everything, both with pals aplenty. They love family too, though. This pairing was simply meant to be. Together they're amazing, hanging out for near a decade. Perfectly imperfect. A great friendship and team they have cultivated. So let's all raise our glasses to our beloved couple. Remember, guys, keep her lit. Life's never rigid, always supple.
While Jarlath is finding his way up here, we had a few telegrams. And Michael Healy-Rae sent a telegram today. He said that there's a job for the two of them down here in South Kerry, as long as they know who to vote for when they come here. So he said, congratulations from Michael Healy-Rae TD. Now, Jarlath Hanley should be making his way. He is. We also had a telegram, Cogordicus, to both of you. I hope this doesn't affect the lock-in when you come back to West Kerry. Sean Brendon. Jarlath? You're on.
I'm on. Ladies and gentlemen, I started off with 2 pages of a speech, but I decided to knock it down to 1. And after that, I decided to knock it down to a half. Put on my glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, with all seriousness, it is my privilege to welcome Doireann to the Hanley family. Apart from her obvious good looks and beauty, Doireann's addition to the Hanley family has been a source of great joy and happiness to Cathal, and has made Bridge and I feel totally blessed to have such a wonderful daughter-in-law. I do have to say that the Handleys and the Morgans, is from day one, have got on very, very well. And I wish to thank you most sincerely for the kindness which you have shown at all times towards Bridge and myself. Now, guys, I have a general dislike of praising any of our own family. But I do have to say, in total fairness, that Cathal is a very honest, considerate and caring son. And the bridge and I is think the word of it. Now, the marriage ceremony was absolutely beautiful. And I do hope is that Doireann and Cathal will always keep up their prayers and their Catholic faith. I hope they will always be truly happy. Now, finally, and without further ado, although I haven't a glass on hand, I would like to propose a toast to the bride and groom, Doireann and Cathal.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the beautiful bride.
We got this. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to say
No, we got
a
this.
few words, but everybody knows how emotional I am, so.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay, so I found a little poem online. Another poem. Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I found a poem online. I haven't written this, but I've adapted it slightly for today, okay? We're surrounded by our loved ones. All are wishing us well. As we start this brand new chapter in this story that's ours to tell.
Deep breath.
We talk about the memories we have yet to make together and the moments we've already shared to be carried with us forever. But let's take the time to enjoy today as our married life begins. Look around and soak it up.
Another big cheer.
Let's look around and soak it up, this precious moment we are in. For this is where the magic starts, the day we set our vows. We pledge to spend our lives as one. because of the love that we have found. So yes, here's to our future that is bright and warm and clear. But more than that, here's to right now and what it means for us all to be here.
Do you want this? No. I'm on. Okay. That was brilliant. Well done, Doireann. I didn't see that coming. K-Dog has currently robbed my speech. Oh no, there it is. That's page 1. I've got 2 of my page 3. Oh geez, we don't want to tell these people it's 3 pages long. Okay. Now it is my job to thank everybody, so I'm going to have to. I'll be quick as cat. Okay, right. Has to be done. Okay. The reason why I'm going from the paper is because I went off script at my brother's wedding and Doireann was like, please don't do that at ours. When Doireann and I decided to drag our friends and family halfway down the country to a tapas restaurant for some hippie pagan wedding, we were a bit apprehensive of how everybody would react. But we quickly relaxed when we reflected upon the fact that the people who are here are the ones in our lives that we love, and they evidently love us. So on that note, Doireann and I would like to thank a whole lot of you for making the journey down to the kingdom. Okay. Right. A lot of people have asked us how we came to pick 10 Bridge Street. We went to a gig here last October with a bunch of mates. And when we were at the gig, all you see is Jeff going, oh lads, man, you gotta have the wedding here. And then you gotta have Clarky be like, best place ever. No, in fairness, their enthusiasm may have been fueled by a few pints, but we were halfway set on the prospect just by the fact our friends were part of the whole process. Then we met Cleena. Where's Cleena? Woo! Then we met Cleena, which sold us on the venue. Not only is she incredibly professional and caring when we've had requests or questions, but she's a gas Kerry woman, making everything easy and carefree. So thank you, Cleena, and thank you to your amazing staff. and we can't wait to tuck into the amazing tapas. Okay. We are so lucky to have so many wonderful and talented people in our lives. All the music today was done by friends and families, so it made the day all the more special. So big shout out to Kez, Sinead, Derry May, Peter Morgan, Peter Keeling, Fergal, Conal and Oran. Woo! The music was so moving and poignant, half the house was in tears all afternoon. People have often asked me what it's like to date one of the Morgans, and I say it's like dating a member of a show band. Today I was very grateful for it. Their music was beautiful, and their talents have made the day even that more special. Okay. If people are judged by the company that they keep, then me and Doireann are unbelievably incredible people. Doireann and I are truly blessed with the group of friends that we have in our lives. Firstly, I want to thank Doireann's bridesmaids, Oran, Aoife and Sinead, for everything that they have done to help Doireann organise this wedding. Between the hen and the wedding, you guys have been such an immense support to Doireann, and I am truly grateful. Organising a wedding can be a major task, but organising a bit of a weird wedding brings with it a lot of stress and problem solving. And I know Doireann feels that she wouldn't have been able to do it without you. I have been truly educated in the past few months and weeks about female dress attire. Between nude colourings, what knickers and what bras work well, and how Spanx are really difficult to find these days. Spanx. And if they did not exist, many or far fewer weddings would occur. All joking aside, the girls have been wonderful friends to Doireann and myself. They look stunning, and the fact that we are even here today is partly down to our shared friendship of our good friend Aoife Miller. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, I personally have been blessed by wonderful friends in my own life. When I think back to my stag, Harry brought together 26 of my dear friends and Fergal. In fairness now, all my friends, all they did was bask in each other's, how sound each other was. I had friends from polo, school and all walks of life. Harry, Neil and John threw together some party, so if this weekend beats that weekend, you're in for one hell of a hangover. Okay, now on to the main man. When I asked John would he be interested in being the celebrant, he gave me a huge hug straight away and he said he would be honoured. I cannot emphasize enough how much work he has put into this wedding. Tens of hours, constantly running things by us, doing hours of research. He even looked into doing a course. I am honestly so privileged to call him my friend and have him in my life. As we all witnessed today, all of his hard work paid off. The ceremony was so touching, personal, and everything and more that myself and Doireann could have imagined. And for that, we are forever indebted to you. Thank you. As you all know at this point, I can actually... sorry. It's a funny joke for myself. As you know, at this point, myself and Doireann have been together for just over 9 years. I know we should have been here a few years ago, but we had stuff to do. Over the 9 years, I have joined a truly wonderful family in Fergal, Fionnuala and Oran and Conal. Fergal and Fionnuala have been like second parents to me, and the love they have shown to me over the years is more than anyone entering the family deserves. Now, before I gush on them any more, I best let everybody know that for the first year, maybe two, they thought I was a flash in the pan. And they thought that Doireann would come to her sense. So did Doireann, so did Declan. Everybody was in on this except me. Well, look who's laughing now. He's punching. In Conal and Oran, I have two of the most wonderful siblings. Oran, gorgeous and talented. Conal is hilarious and kind-hearted. They have let me into their lives openly and become two of my best friends, and I love them dearly. Okay. As a family, the 6 of us have had our annual adventures to Donegal and Kerry with the extended Morgan and Lanigan clans. I have to give a special mention to my favourite wee woman, Angela Morgan, Doireann's grandmother, who has come all the way from Belfast to join us on this special day. Myself and Angela have a close relationship. I have been given the coveted title of my wee boy Cal. All in all, I have been blessed by the family I have joined, and it is a great honour to be so welcomed by all the clan. Fergal and Fanula, thank you so much for raising a wonderful and caring daughter. Doireann's thirst for life and kindness in her heart is down to your guidance and the home she experienced. I promise to care for her for the rest of our lives and create a home as wonderful and imaginative as yours, for everything that you continue to do for myself and Doireann. Thank you. I know. We're nearly there. Okay. To my own wonderful parents, I think I spent enough time at Meal's wedding slagging him off, so I'll take it easy on him today. You were a great brother for setting the stage for me growing up. By the time I got caught drinking or in trouble with the guards, Mum and Dad had seen it all before. So just simply, thank you for being a wonderful brother, for looking out for me when I needed minding and being so supportive to me all the way through my life. Mum and Dad have been so incredible to Meal and me. We were spoiled rotten. Now, in fairness, when I was dumped down the bog every summer to turn foot and bag turf, when I felt it was like slave labour, I did not feel spoiled then. Okay. My parents are wonderful people. They are kind, generous, and their love is unconditional. And growing up, I always knew it, because I tested it. Mum's major goal in life was to educate the 2 of us. She went without so we could have the opportunity in life. Between my 2 degrees, 2 diplomas, and a master, she has supported me throughout. I know I speak for Meal and myself when I say we are forever grateful. I adore my father and always have. He is kind, of high moral standing, and always picked me up when I was half-pissed. I think I speak for about 25 other lads in the room. Thanks a million for the lift, yeah. All joking aside, thank you so much for the wonderful home in which we were raised. Thank you for all the opportunities you gave us. Thank you for being there whenever we need you, for your love and support. Thanks, Mum and Dad. Now to Doireann. Now I finally can talk about my beautiful bride. So we're about halfway through the speech, but since you saw the pages, you know that's a lie. This was certainly the most difficult part of the speech to write. I was going to talk about some of our mad adventures in Vietnam, or the first time we met, or maybe our proposal. However, I felt that instead of all that, I should pare it all back and just talk about our love. Being in love with someone is a near impossible task to describe, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I actually haven't been emotional, or nearly at tears all day, but this is going to be the one. Okay. Love for me is the concept that no one else sees someone the way you do. When I look at Doireann, no one else sees what I see. That lens is just for my eyes. It is for mine and mine alone. There are few things that are truly individual and special in this world. So I implore all of those who have been lucky enough to find true love, cherish deeply what you see before you in your eyes every day, because it is just for you and for you alone. So what do I see? I see my best friend. I see my biggest advocate. I see beauty in that smile that brightens the world every day. I see a strong, independent person whose charisma and charm makes the world all the better by her simple existence. I see a selfless person, one who puts everyone else's priorities above her own. I see my biggest pain in the arse, one with the ability to frustrate and annoy that only the one you love can do. I see laughter, the one who laughs at you when you're not even trying to be funny. You're just being an idiot. I see my future, I see a family, not knowing what it holds. I see my life because it's hers. I just simply see my wife. I love Doireann Morgan so much. And that's it.
Oh. Colm Harrington, follow that.
All right. Thanks, Carl. I was hoping to follow Fergal. Last speech, we're almost there. Are you all ready for your tapas? Hopefully it's not too much of a culture shock now. You're all going to be standing around and eating like lots of little dinners on one plate. It's how they do it in Kerry. I don't know, has anyone ever been to a wedding in Spain before? Yes. They're very good crack. So during the speeches, people can say, "Viva las novias," and it means long live the newlyweds. And when someone says that, everyone else has to shout, "Viva," and raise their glass. Will we give it a go? Yes. Viva las novias! Muy bien! Woo. All right. There's a Spanish chef there feeling very at home. And because this is Killorglin, home of the Puck Fair, the rowdier you get, the more at home the local staff feel as well. Cleena, the manager there, she's still trying to gauge the crowd, trying to wonder if she needs to put some sawdust out on the ground. She has the book and a mop set up next to the water polo lads. That's good. So, my name's Colm, and it was my great honour to be asked by Cathal and Doireann, henceforth known as Mr. and Mrs. Hanley. No? Mr. and Mrs. Morgan? Okay. To say a few words. Cathal went to great pains to clarify that just because I'm making a speech, it doesn't make me the best man. No. I'm just a good enough man. So I'm not going to give you my best speech, but I'll give you a good enough one. I'm pretty sure you only gave me the gig because I threw such a strop when I found out I wasn't going to be the priest. And Cathal knows I've always wanted to be a priest. But I'm glad I didn't get the gig when we saw how amazing John, the Reverend Father John Heavey was. What a beautiful ceremony he put together, made even more beautiful by our beautiful bevy of bridesmaids, Aoife, Sinead, Oren, wherever you are. And the gorgeous music, Sinead shredding on harp. She sold her soul to the devil to get that talent, but it was worth it. And Doireann keys, we had the two Peters on fiddle and clarinet. Oren again, Kez, pretty good. Connell on guitar, he's a better player than he's a wrestler. Fergal had to go as well. And John had put so much effort into just getting everything perfect. He needed everything to be just right. He actually took a vow of celibacy, which he didn't need to do, but I think you'll agree it made a big difference. He really had an edge to him up there. So. You knew I wanted to be the priest as well, John, so. Cathal. I've known Cathal since, 20 years now, since we were 12 and 13 in the Bish. We weren't friends right away. We were all in different classes, so I was in 305 with John, Amo, Fergal, a few of the other lads there. Cathal was in 304. You know the way every class seems to have kind of one or two mad bastards in it? 304, it seemed to have more than its fair quota. It was just overflowing with mad-eyed mentalers, and even then Cathal stood out. Cathal would strut around with just crackness oozing out of his pores. I gave him a wide berth. But over the years, we became a bit closer. Cathal was a big swimmer, so we'd cross the tracks from Renmore into Salt Hill. And because Salt Hill has the best bushing spots, from the age of 15 on, he was practically living there, in the bushes. But it was a few years later when we became very close friends. Cathal was in first year in college and hanging out with all the commerce boys, which is pretty much just the Bish lads, but not in uniform. Or not in the Bish uniform. They were in kind of a commerce uniform. It was Adidas tracky bottoms and North Face puffer jacket. And if you wanted to find them, you wouldn't look in the reading room. So if it was a Monday, you'd find them in GPO, Tuesday, Club K, Wednesday, Cuba, Thursday, Karma. And by Friday, they were in such a heap, they were nowhere to be seen. At the time, I was actually repeating the Leaving Cert. I was in the library Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. By Friday, I had a half day and a lip on me out to here. And I demanded that my friends, support me during my difficult year by joining me under Quincentennial Bridge with a six-pack of Carpacki. And who was under that bridge every week, every Friday? Like a clockwork troll. This man right here. And it's from such auspicious starts that beautiful friendships are born. And of course, once you get to know Cathal, you get to see what a big softie he is, really. He loves poetry and hugs, and most of all, he loves his friends. He's fierce in his loyalty, and it's a great privilege that I count myself as one of his best friends. Or good enough friends, at least. I was doing well there. Drink more. I don't think that'll help. So we've shared plenty of adventures filled with debaucherous escapades and salacious scandals. And as is tradition for the speech, I'll regale you with some of those now. Let's see now. Actually, I think there's children here. Are there? Find me on the dance floor later on. We'll go through some of these. Props. Well, when Doireann met Cathal, she saw through, the hard facade. She saw the big softie straight away. Will you roll that up there? And Cathal, when he met Doireann, he was very, very definite about her from the get-go. We know the date they had their first shift. The morning after, he's over in the house ingratiating himself with Fergal and Fionnuala and even Granny. And as beguiling, as charming as Doireann is, I think she knew that once Fergal took out the fiddle, Cathal was going nowhere. Cathal has always had a great graw for music, despite not having a note in his head. And now he's managed to marry into the Von Trapp family. And we got to enjoy all the beautiful music from Fergal and his brother and his kids. Fergal and Fionnuala, they've been so welcoming to... I don't know if they knew that Doireann going out with Cathal meant that there'd just be a constant gang of lads over in their house. There's been many a morning I've woken up still dizzy from the crack agus ceol the night before. Pick myself up the couch and kind of sheepishly stumble into the kitchen and then Fionnuala would have a full fry on, and Fergal would be looking for a swim, and they want to get going again. And it's easy to see where Doireann gets her generosity and her warmth and adventurous spirit. Doireann, the guys, they're a Galway institution, basically. They're one of those great Galway couples. And because we're all Galway, we knew Doireann long before Cathal was even on her radar. All through college. And I was on a J1, myself and John were on a J1 with Doireann in Chicago. So we've got plenty of stories about her as well. And I'll tell you a few now. Let's see. Oh my God. Doireann. These are end of the night stories. If you're still standing at 6 a.m., come find me. Right? Wrap it up, is it? Okay. Finally. It's been such a pleasure knowing both Cathal and Doireann individually, but even more so knowing them as a couple. It's been so inspiring to see how they've grown together through thick and thin, from migrating to Vietnam, changing careers, and now building a house together. They've always shown this unwavering dedication to one another. And it's that constancy of love that friends and family of both Cathal and Doireann also get to enjoy. And it's the reason that we're all so delighted to be here today to celebrate that love with you. Do you all remember your line? Yeah. So if we can all raise a glass. Viva las novias!
Okay, folks. Shinna will na high coursey sport and you. Just before we go, you all have a major task tonight. You were invited to this wedding to make sure that they have the best night ever. That's your job tonight. And I'd ask you to take your glass. Fergal mentioned earlier that in the Lanigan household, whenever we have a family gathering, we take our glasses, and I'd ask you to take your glass and raise it. And the toast is, it is good for us to be here. It is good for us to be here. Iwa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me, right on the line. You come to me, and give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love, you know what it means. And it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong, baby. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. You tear us apart. Baby, I'd rather be dead. In your heart, I see it starting every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can be alone in a place. You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone ever. And I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. But that's apart. Baby, I'd rather be dead. Oh, each time you leave me, I start losing control. Like you're walking away. With my heart and my soul, I can feel you, baby. Even when I'm alone. Baby, don't let it go. You're so good. Better than all. Better than anyone. And I'm stuck on your heart, babe. I ain't on every word you say. Tear us apart. Well, I would rather be dead.
Then the DJ will take you into the early hours in the morning. Are you ready for some fun, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. We want to see everybody on the dance floor, okay? Don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said so holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is our destiny. She said, shut up and dance with me. Here we go, jump, 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 jump. We will take the drums on the chemical, physical, kryptonite. Help us take the things out of it. I've had the stress since I read up my discotheque, Juliet, teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is our destiny. She said, woo, shut up and dance with me. Oh, come on now. Deep in her eyes, I think I see a future. I realize this is our last chance. She was mine. I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, I want to see everybody's hands in the air. Here we go. Get ready to sing. Now don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is our destiny. Ready on. 1, 2, 3. Shut up and dance. Don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is our destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Shut up and dance with me. Shut up and dance with me. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, you guys are up for a bit of fun, yeah? Here's a little bit of rock and roll, okay? Do you love me? Now do you love me? Now do you love me? Oh, watch me now. I'll shake it up, baby. Yeah, you're driving me crazy. Just a little bit so now. Well, I can mash potato, and I can do the twist. Oh, tell me, baby, I do you like it like this? Oh, tell me. Woo, do you love me? Oh yeah, I'll tell you something. I think you understand. something